Okay, video number 3. We're getting there, working through some of the skills here of basic sort of guitaring in music ministry. Hope you find the first two good so far. This one I want to just show you a few guitar chords which have some pretty cool sounds and are used a fair bit in a lot of contemporary music. Again, stuff I tend to use a bit and find it has a good sound. First one is in songs that are in the key of G, just as it's referred to, sometimes I've heard it, just to anchor these two fingers, your pinky and your ring finger, on the top two strings, your E and your B, behind the third fret. And when you play like a G, that's how you could normally play a G. But then when you play a C, you put these two, your pointer and your middle finger, put them down one string on, that's your A string and your D string, and that's an alternate C chord. Rather than playing it like that, you go from the G down one string each for these top two for the C major, and then you can play an E minor by putting your fingers there, which is normally where you put your E minor, but still leaving these two fingers where they are. And then if you're playing a D major, simply put your pointer just on the G string behind the second fret, playing the bottom four strings, and that'll be your D chord. So you could play your guitar chords like this. That's your G, change to the C, E minor, and then the D. It has just a nice little sound effect to it. So you could try that one, have a go at practicing that one if you don't already know it. Another one that I like using a lot is if for a song that's in a key of E major, and this is quite a nice sound. Again, has a similar effect to the one that I just showed you in the G key of G. What you do, you put your to play an E major chord, you put your pointer finger behind the 7th fret on your A string. Then you put your ring finger behind the 9th fret on the D string, and then your pinky on behind the 9th fret of your G string. And you play you can play all the strings, or maybe just the bottom 5 strings like that. So that's an alternate way of playing your E chord, and then you can have a nice effect of a chord that's referred to a bit as a E major 7, where you put your ring finger just one fret behind on the G, behind the 8th fret, and you lift up your pinky, and that's like an E major 7 chord. So you can go. When I play the song Glory, usually start off with those two chords. And then what you can do is you can keep these two fingers, stay on these same two strings as you slide up and down the fretboard to play other chords. So you start off with your E up here, and then if you want to play your A, you keep these two fingers on the same string, but you slide them down to behind the 2nd fret, and that's an A2, but that's good enough for an A chord. And then to play a B, you slide them up 2 frets and put your pointer finger behind the 2nd fret on your A string, and just strum the bottom 5 strings, that's your B. And then to play your C sharp minor, slide that same shape up 2 more frets. You don't move the strings that your fingers are on, and that's your C sharp minor. So if you're going up and down the fretboard, start off with your E, that's your A, that's your B, and then your C sharp minor, back to your A, and then back to E. Or say for Open the Eyes of My Heart, Lord. And then if you need to play an F sharp minor, can play it like this. This time you have to move your two small fingers but this time you put it on the A and the D strings behind the 4th fret, and you put your pointer on your G behind the 2nd fret. And if you want to try and fit the bass note in, I sort of stretch my hand a bit, that's a bit of a stretch, but put your middle finger behind the 2nd fret on your E string. So you can either play it like that, or if that's too hard, just don't worry about the middle one. Middle finger, just strum the bottom 5 strings. That's the F sharp minor. So there's your E, A, B, C sharp minor, F sharp minor, back to the E. Alright, that should be enough for this video. Thanks very much.